Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And today with me, I have one of these diamonds in the rough. His name is Demetrius Hudson. He's a linebacker out of Bethune Cookman. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How about you, boss?
Doing all right. Some lovely weather out there on in a February, which is a little odd, but uh, great to be able to be here and talk to you about you and your journey. So, if you don't mind, give us a little information, if you don't mind. Just tell me where you're from and give me a little teaser about that journey of yours.
So my name is Demetrius Hudson. I'm from Willingboro, New Jersey. I went to Paul Six High School in Haddonfield, New Jersey. After that, I went to Valley Forge Military College for JUCO. And once I graduated from Valley Forge, I went to Shippensburg, got my bachelor's. Then I went down to Bethune-Cookman, played football there.
Great. So a lot of stops there. So let's talk about each of them real quick, if you don't mind. You said you went to Paul Six High School there in Jersey.
Yes, sir.
How was your time there playing for that high school? I mean, how did that work out for you?
So playing at Paul Six, it was good. When I first got there, it was different coming from like a predominantly black area to a predominantly white high school. It was a culture shock to me at first. Then, like as I got used to like being with my teammates and whatnot, everything went well. Throughout my going into my junior year, my head coach he left prior to that. Then we had a new head coach come. Then halfway through my junior year, that head coach left, and then that's when I was left with Glenn Hutton, and I had him for the rest of my junior year and my senior year, and he let us good.
And so during your time in high school, did you play any other positions rather than linebacker? How did that work out?
I played tight end and slot. I was nice. I was nice on offense.
Interesting. So has it been a while since you've actually scored a touchdown? I mean, how's that been working out for you these days?
I scored one in JUCO. I had a pick six.
There you go, man. I mean, nice to be able to get yourself in the end zone. I think that's the one thing that people that make the switch or stay with the defensive side that perhaps they might miss. So,
Yeah.
um, so pretty decent size for a linebacker, about 6'2", 230. And so, like you said, I mean, was went both ways a little bit, played some tight end, some H back, however you want to say it. But of course, been a linebacker during your collegiate years, which is really what we're projecting you at the next level. So from high school, you ended up moving forward, and you move forward, actually taking the JUCO route. Um, I know from what I've talked to a lot of people about the JUCO route, it's hard, man. So talk to me about your time in JUCO and really how it molded you as a character.
So my time in JUCO was like it was a military school, so like it it challenged you not just physically but mentally too. Like the mental aspect of being in JUCO is probably like the toughest thing. Like you wouldn't be there, you wouldn't be playing college football if you can't play football. So like just going into everything, just like knowing like you have to like just keep moving forward because you this is part of your plan, this is part of your story. So it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie, especially it being military. So like waking up every day around like 6 in the morning for formation, have to get fully dressed for your day already, and it takes a toll. It definitely took a toll on my body, not like in a negative way, but like just like getting used to it, getting adjusted to it, and everything.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, of course, when you're, there, at JUCO, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's gonna mold your character a little bit and really test you as to whether you actually truly love the game of football. So I'm just gonna pose that question to you, man. What do you love so much about football?
So I've been playing football since I was 5, and like I was in love with football well before I even played. Like watching my two older brothers play, I'm like I used to go to their practices every day. I'm like, Mom, I want to play. Dad, I want to play. Like I like the excitement of it. Like I like the ups and the downs. Like it's it's like I have no complaints about football. Like, yeah, nobody likes losing, but like winning, when you win, it's the best feeling in the world.
Cool. So, I mean, again, probably just something you is kind of a part of you. I mean, and of course, having some family, it always comes with that I don't know, I guess competitive spirit, I
Right.
guess. So it's nice to be able to work with that. So again, you go the JUCO route, and then eventually got yourself to Shippensburg. So walk me through how that happened. I mean, of course, I mean you finished your time in JUCO, and then you ended up at Shippensburg. Was it just going to be Shippensburg, or did you have any other offers coming out of JUCO?
So coming out of JUCO, I was I was advised a little late to set myself up to graduate in the winter while I was in junior college, so that I would be able to go to any school I wanted going into the spring season. And I didn't know that. So during my spring while I was at Valley Forge, we actually got hit by COVID. And the only leading up to that, the only school that was contacting me was Shippensburg. So they offered me a good scholarship. I had no choice. Well, I not like I had no choice, but I took it.
Well, I mean, for some people, it's all about who gives you the scholarship, man. And you have to kind of take things as they are and roll with them. So you get that scholarship. I mean, you're there at Shippensburg. Like you said, that's where you ended up getting your bachelor's degree. What did you ultimately get your bachelor's in?
I got my bachelor's in business management.
Cool, man. So hey, at the very least, you got a bachelor's, be able to check that off your list there. Um, so let's just say hypothetically, like maybe there's no football, it doesn't exist, or maybe 5 or 10 years down the line. What do you see yourself doing other than being a football player?
I also thought about like getting into coaching and whatnot. I feel like I could be a good coach one day.
Okay, well, interesting. Um, so maybe a coach. I mean, we'll see how that goes.
I want to be a,
So
I want to be an offensive coordinator. I want to pick defenses apart.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, being a defensive player, I mean, obviously that's in your wheelhouse a little bit. So you're at Shippensburg and then ultimately found your way there to Bethune Cookman. How did that work out?
I say it worked out well. Granted, during the season, I did ultimately get injured, but I was blessed to even have the opportunity to go down there and play, like put my talents on a bigger scale and be able to showcase myself in front of the cameras that Bethune brought.
Gotcha. So, buddy, what do you feel separates you as a prospect? I mean, again, you have a linebacker who's gone through that gritty experience of being a JUCO guy, worked your way up the ranks, went to D2, went to the HBCU at the FCS level. So, really starting to continue to get better and better and better. But what separates you from everybody else?
One thing that I would say that separates me from everybody else is the ability to not just be able to move around on the field, but when I tackle, I'm going to make you feel my tackle. And there's probably other people in the country that could do that too, but along with me being able to hit hard and like be able to move well, I know the game. I feel like my football knowledge is superb to most people, and this is all I know. Like it's not all I know, but it's all I know. Like I study football all day long. I'm in love with the game. If you want somebody that's in love with the game, I would choose me.
Cool. So, dude, I introduced you as a linebacker, but then what does that truly mean? I mean, are you playing on the interior? Are you playing as a Sam? I mean, where are you lining up? What's your experience level?
So throughout my college career, I actually played all like I played the mic, I played the Sam, and I played the Will. Like I played on the line of scrimmage. I rushed the court. I'm excellent at rushing the quarterback. I played this past year was my first time playing the mic, and I feel like I did well. So I feel like that's another thing that stands me out. I could do whatever, whenever.
Interesting. So very versatile guy, which really is cool. Um, Meech, what do you think has been like, I don't know, some of your best moments throughout your career? I mean, I know you've had a lot of spots that you've been able to go out there and showcase your talent. But is there perhaps maybe a specific game or even a play that's sticking out in your memory as to maybe one of your best moments?
So this actually happened when I was at Shippensburg. We played Shepherd, and granted we lost that game, but this one play, like the first drive, this is like the way the game started is like our energy was like through the roof. My boy Dante Witcher, he opened the game off with a kick return. That's possible. There's no better way to start a game. Then during that drive, the quarterback they threw a screen pass to the opposite side of the field, and I sprinted across the field, took the running back's head off, and
Mm.
that's just and then like it was just like I took the air out of the stadium. It feels so good. It was a away game too. It's like you can't beat that feeling, I feel like.
Well, it's kind of a tone setter, you know what I mean? Like, you take the wind out of the stadium, you punch somebody in the mouth and you put them down, and people start thinking, "Oh my goodness, like we're gonna get killed by this guy." So, interesting. So, um, I was reading up a little bit about some of your time in JUCO, that you were an MVP of sorts. So can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, I was my sophomore year in junior college. I was the conference MVP.
Sweet, man. How does one get that? What were you able to do that season?
So that season, that's one of the seasons where I stayed on the edge because we ran a 3-4 and when I was in junior college, and when you completely like seal off one side of the field, I feel like you have no choice but to give them that award.
Cool, man. Well, I mean, congrats on that award. I mean, when you think about what you've been able to accomplish during your time in school, throughout college and all your other spots, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the thing I'm most proud of is to be able to like look back and know that one day I'll receive my flowers, and one day I'll be able to like I can't even put it into words, but it's I feel like one day I'll receive my flowers, and being able to like look up one like every after every game and see like a smile on my parents' face, I feel like that's one of the best accomplishments I could say, knowing that they're proud of me.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, certainly something that all of us would like to be able to, have your parents being proud of you, which I'm sure they are. Um, but I do have to ask you though, I mean, uh, if you were able to maybe go back and talk to that high school self, what sort of advice might you give him to help him through his journey?
One thing, if I could go back and talk to myself when I was in high school, I would tell myself to do your work. That was my biggest thing. Like in high school, I was a totally different person. I'm not even gonna lie to nobody. High school, I was a different person. Like I worked hard, but like only thing I was focused on was football. I didn't take academics as seriously as I should have, and that ultimately like was the reason why I ended up having to go to junior college.
Well, you made the most out of your opportunity. Like you said, uh, growing as a character there through JUCO, being the MVP there, and then of course having some great moments at each of your spots. Being a great member of Shippensburg, and then ultimately closing up your college career at Bethune Cookman. So. Meech, let's take a moment and not talk about football for a little bit. Um,
So,
Give me something about you that maybe not everybody knows. Anything interesting, whether it be your hobbies or anything else, man. Tell me something about you that's that would be fun.
something about me that would be fun. I'm probably the best Madden player you could ever walk into. And like that's not even like an exaggeration. I take Madden very seriously. And another thing is I like candy. I eat candy a lot, like whether it's Gushers or fruit roll-ups.
Which one's your favorite though?
Gotta go fruit. I gotta go Gushers. Gotta go Gushers.
Gushers. Okay. Interesting. So while we're at it, obviously that's a snack food there. What about like a cheat meal? Like when you think about like maybe if it's a home cooked meal or maybe one of your local restaurants that you really love going to, what do you crave?
My go-to meal if I had to cheat, PDQ. Gotta go there, get a honey butter chicken sandwich. That
Honey butter chicken sandwich.
change your life. Try it. It will change your life.
Well, honey butter is sweet, man. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, but I mean, that sounds good. So, um, anything more about you, man? You have any like secret talents or anything? I mean, anything else about you?
Anything else about me? A lot of people don't know. I'm a great basketball player. I never played like on a team or anything, but like I'm nice in ball. Like I know how to. I got a shot.
So, I mean, I would assume that you're a fan of the game. Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Well, I mean,
That too.
depending on who you ask, that's one of the goats. So, um, nice, nice. A couple other questions that, and then we'll move forward. How about when you look at guys at your position in the league? Like, who are you looking at? Who are you trying to aspire to be? Who are you a big fan of who plays your position?
I'm a big fan of Shaquille Leonard. Uh, who else? Fred Warner. Those two, they're my two favorite linebackers in the league right now. And previously, he retired a couple years ago, but Luke Kuechly is probably my all-time favorite linebacker.
Nice. So, of the guys that you talked of, like Fred Warner, why him? Why not somebody else?
Fred Warner, he plays with so much confidence. Like he doesn't care who lines up in front of him. He don't care who's lined up at receiver and trying to run past him. He's going to give you all he got every single play. And he's going same with him and Shaquille Leonard. They're going to look to punch that ball out every time they get the chance to. And I respect them all. I respect both of them for that.
Nice. Meech, obviously right now, I mean, you are striving to get where those guys are. I mean, you're training for a pro day, getting yourself healthy, getting yourself right. So, how's that working for you, man? I mean, are you training at a facility at your school? Like, what's happening with that?
So I'm training with Matt Zubak at Zubak Athletic Performance, and he's been getting me right every single day of the week. Like I have no complaints. Like I feel like I'm getting better every single day, and my pro day, I feel like I'm going to put up the numbers that I expected to put up.
Gotcha. So, which one of those? I gotta get a little bit more. I gotta fish somewhat. You don't have to answer fully, but which one of those drills are you going to be most proud of or shock people of when they see them? What's the one thing that you know you're going to go out there and do well with?
My 40.
You're 40. So any teaser as to what you're striving to get?
I'm gonna run a 4.5. I'm gonna run a 4.5.
Okay, well, we'll I guess wait and see when that happens. When is your pro day?
They haven't yet told us when it's going to be yet, so we're still waiting to hear.
Okay, well, but of course within the I guess a month or whatever. So we'll see what happens with that. So Demetrius, let's go ahead and wrap things up. I mean, it's been great hearing about you and your journey. I want you to take an opportunity and just give your pitch to all those teams out there as to why they need to take a chance on you and give you that opportunity. So go ahead and let them know why they need to do that.
All right. Dear coaches, my name is Demetrius Hudson. And reason why I would pick me over anybody else is I'm a dog. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna make plays, and I'm gonna develop as a leader every single day of the week. I just need your trust. Put your trust in me, because I'll trust you.
Awesome. Well, Demetrius, best of luck in this process. I know it can be nerve-wracking at times, and then obviously just enjoy it, but do wish you the very best. Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, boss.
Sure. Once again, Demetrius Hudson, linebacker, Bethune Cookman. Check him out.
Yes, sir.